Okay, y'all. Should be live here. Mic should be good to go. Let me know if audio is working. Jesse! Okay, Jesse, I'm gonna call you on Discord if that works. Holy crap, dude, did you see Freddy's satellite? Un momento, por favor. Yo. That was bamboozling. That was some of the craziest thing I've ever seen. I could not get my stream up in time. I still have like the old title and old thumbnail, but I'm not even gonna lie, the old thumbnail is still basically the same as what it is today. Thanks. Yep. Dude, that was unreal. I wish I could have gone live faster there. Um Back to what Freddy has big hail. Freddy's got big hail and a bunch of just dancing vortices in front of him. Dude, this is like Texas Yuma. That is literally Yuma, Texas, bro. Absolutely insane. You can see on Freddy's stream there. That was part of a roof. Oh, they got a tornado on the ground right in front of them. Look at that. Dude. Wow. Condensate, like spinning vortices, all carouseling. There's like upwards of like 5 tornadoes, all carouseling around this vortice or this mesocyclone. Absolutely insane. Look at the nadir. We are looking at the nadir right now, Atticus. Dude, absolutely wild. This is probably the first 10 hatch day that hasn't busted in 2025. They're better. It's only when it's in Dixie. I am obligated to kind of like them in some way, shape, or form, but yeah. Holy cow, the debris are wild, yeah. I might rewind in Freddy's stream just to show you guys how insane that was. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back. They were inside of one of them, yeah. And then the freaking like house hit him. Yeah. Dude, this is such a classic Supercell. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. The chaser convergence is unreal. Everyone's trying to get out ahead of it, except Freddie and Ryan. They're lucky just chilling. Uh, I'm actually gonna go back. Well, I'm a 3D scan this. I'm gonna do a little 3D, silly 3D-ness here. Dude, look at this. Are you streaming on your channel? Okay. Freddie or SRM? What's up, Pete? How's it going, man? Oh, okay. Dude. Oh, dude, yeah. That was crazy. Yeah. Dude, this storm's like, it has like solid precip up to like, wait, what was that? Up to like 52,000 feet. That's bonkers. Okay, I'll get Jesse. Wow, so I'm gonna switch back to SRM on OBS here. I'm gonna go to Chaser full screen. Oh, dude, wait. Look at Freddy here. You see blue skies in the distance, but he's getting hammered with hail in RFD right now. Oh my gosh. Dude, with all that dust wrapping around it, this tornado is giving like Yuma vibes. Absolutely unreal. It's hard to see, but there are some vortices down in there. It's just near impossible to actually see. I'm gonna bring this up. Look at SRM's view of this beast. Oh my gosh. Absolute behemoth of a storm. This is headed towards Lum's Chapel in the future, in Littlefield, Texas. In the far. Oh, wait. Clovis is in the enhanced, guys. Clovis is in the enhanced. Everyone abort this storm and go to Clovis. No. But this is in the far western part of the Texas Panhandle. Wow, this thing got rain wrapped fast. You can see on radar and on SRM stream. Dude, that was crazy when Freddy was like pointing the camera like every direction. Yeah, and they were like violent. Well, they weren't like violent, but they were like rapidly rotating. Pete, you're in Gatlinburg right now. That's sick. I love Gatlinburg. Pete's in my state, yo. Tennessee's great. For real. Trying to get my light right. Yeah, that was one of the crazier intercepts I've seen in a while. Yeah. Absolutely unreal. That was great performance. Yeah, back to Freddy getting rocked by RFD. Tumbleweeds are flying into their car right now. Oh shoot, yeah. No, that happens to me all the time. Dude, that look at the loop of it and how rain wrapped it gets, how fast. Still rocking some heavy RFD. Wait, did Papa John donate to Freddy? Papa John is great. He said this. He said that I need to go High Plains chasing and meet him, and I was like, yes. Yeah, yeah. This is looking slightly less impressive now, but still. I think this is gonna cycle actually. Yeah, it'll probably end up cycling. Wait, wait a minute. Was this the satellite out here? No, that's too thin air. I will. That was actually wild, bro. I wish I could have been in Texas. Jesse, this is literally gonna be us. Like, actually, yeah, but nah, Jesse, hear me out. Next year, you just like drive, and I fly out to like DFW. You meet me, and we go chase for a week. Heck yeah! I mean, we could even go all around. We just got to get our money up, not our funny up, which is extremely difficult, but it's okay. No, donate to Jesse. He needs a mezzanette. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna move back to SRM, see what they're looking at. Golly, look at that. Just like look at the turbulence above that updraft that's completely rain wrapped. You still see the updraft part, like what a photogenic supercell, sculpted supercell would be like, but it's all rain wrapped and it looks really, really cool. Wow. Okay. What's up? Meteorology Unleashed. Do. Wait, is that Luke? Yo, Luke Hatton is trying to get on this storm. This guy. He's a great. Road networks are way better than they are in far southwestern Texas, which is definitely good. Why is Fort Stockton getting another thing? Um, Meteorology Unleashed potentially later, cause I might be able to, but I'm not sure how long I can be on here. But yeah, we'll see. Dude, Freddy is trying to get back on the storm, but it's super duper rain wrapped. Super duper rain wrapped. But that was really photogenic there for a second. What is SRM looking at? Really hard to see. Not very well contrast with the way this is set up. But I think this is definitely going to cycle and produce another pretty good shot at a tornado. Yeah, it's still got pretty good rotation there. Gate to gate's nothing to write home about, but it's still looking good. And I mean, we're in the Texas Panhandle. It's Panhandle magic. Okay, sounds good. Meteorology Unleashed. Definitely. The storm to the north is trying to get some convergence going on it, but near Amherst, but not really successful at putting anything imminent at the moment, but it's trying. So we'll keep our eyes on that. I don't know if that was a split. No, that was just a whole different cell. Sorry, I'm tired. Ooh. So yeah. Oh, it left me from the call. I got that figured out. Okay, there we go. Looks like the rotation's re-intensifying here a little bit, tightening up. It looks like it just cycled, like we were saying. You can kind of tell the meso handoff. So the main meso is right here, and then that one intensified right here, right? And then another one formed over here. And its latest scan, it's starting to get its act together. And then, bam, re-intensifying at a different point there. So that's what we're looking at. This is probably headed straight for Lum's Chapel and maybe southern parts of Littlefield in the future. Littlefield is probably going to get some monster hail. But those aren't in the warning right now. We really don't have any towns in the warning that show up on my map here. Yep. Trying to clear out a little bit there. Trying to do a little bit of clearing out there. And I just realized my chasers are still up. I'm trying to program these shortcuts to get it back, and they aren't working. But this is what I was talking about here. Starting to tighten up here. Uh, just straight west of Littlefield. But this is moving southeast, so it looks like it's latched onto a boundary here too. That'll be feeding it warm inflow, and yeah, that's exactly what we thought would happen. It's just cycled, and now we have more clean inflow. So, would not be surprised if it starts putting down something soon here. Yeah, that definitely just cycled right there. Looking like it could be going in for round two, but we'll keep our eyes on it. Also, shout out to Davis. Davis Does Weather. He got himself a good funnel cloud today. On a general thunder day, I believe. Incredible, though. Oof, my computer's struggling, but it is what it is. Trying to see if our chasers are going to get on anything here, but we are still, throughout the day today, we're going to be looking at a lot of photogenic storms through the west into central Texas panhandle here. It's definitely going to be photogenic storms like we've had for the past couple of days and will have for the next few days. And then we're going to transition up way north into Nebraska, the Dakotas, areas like that. And it'll progress off into the east until we get into like the upper Midwest, and that's where we know right now. And it's just going to be nonstop severe weather. It's going to be a busy time frame. Hopefully, I'll be able to chase a couple setups that hopefully come near me, but who knows? They might just die before they get to Tennessee, per usual. Davis is saying there's a large tornado on the ground again. So I'm going to check my chasers. Oh, yeah. SRM has a large wedge on the ground right there. Large wedge on the ground. So it did cycle and it is re-intensifying like we thought. I believe that's what they have. Yeah, right there to the right. Oh, wait. Is that the funnel right there? Let me see if Freddy has anything different. Oh, wow. Freddy's getting absolutely hammered. Wow, he tried to get a view of it, but the wind was too strong, so he's having to blast out of there as fast as he can. Wow. Intense stuff there. Behind them, it looks like that is a tornado on the ground. Not fully condensated, but trying to get there. But even if it isn't fully condensated, does not mean it's not strong. But yeah, wow. Looks like a large multiple vortex tornado there. Can't commentate on the intensity quite yet, but wow. Velocities thankfully aren't looking too good, but yeah. It looks like on the ground stuff is still happening, so we're looking 3,000 feet in the air, so that is not telling us exactly ground truth, and that's why we need these chasers on the ground. Because, yeah, that's a large tornado on the ground there. In the West Texas Panhandle. There's just like 0 towns out here. I'm trying to pull up a different map that I can look at to find the towns, but I can't. Also near uh, Amherst, the storm is looking progressively better. Honestly, if this gets really good inflow and then the supercell to the south starts acting like a nudger, I could see this dropping a tornado here near Amherst, Texas. Thank you, Meteorology Unleashed. Appreciate it. Yeah, near Amherst, I think that the downdraft of our southeastern storm is sort of tussling with the inflow of the other storm, which could give it a slight edge and help it put down a tornado here. Nudger theory. If you know, you know. Abso-freaking-lutely unreal. Trying to. Forward. Davis. Davis, can you hear me? Crazy. Hello? Wait. Hello. Does not seem to be working, so we'll get back to that. But Amherst is still looking pretty concerning, honestly. Headed up eventually to the middle of nowhere, Texas. So yeah. Back to our tornado warning on the south. It is not confirmed anymore. But holy crap, look at this chaser convergence. Anyways, not looking as impressive, but Freddy's still got something there. Really hard to tell, but that may be a tornado on the ground. Looks like it is. Looks like he does have a tornado on the ground there. Can't say for sure, but looks like it. I'm going to move back to radar here. You'll have him in the small window to your left. But this Amherst storm here, looking very interesting. And then, once again, our southern storm no longer confirmed, but it's still latched onto the outflow boundary that should be feeding it warm, moist air into the updraft here, which is good for tornado genesis. And like I was saying, this Amherst storm is really getting its act together. Really starting to get its act together. Hopefully, that was a good call out. I could see this getting tornado warned very shortly near Amherst. Also watching the storm near Abernethy. I think that's how you say it. Abernethy. 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 I don't know. Texas, or Alley, or Underwood, or Anton. This is just like how these storms started, so this could really get its act together really quickly. So we're gonna keep our eye on that. These do have slight advantage as they're latched onto an outflow boundary, and basically what that means is along this boundary you got warm, moist air, and all that feeds along the boundary into the updraft of the storm, and that can help with tornado genesis. And then what's going on here over near Amherst is this is a nudger, and the wind's going this way. Oh, I can't draw on here. Wind's going this way, if you can see with my mouse. I'll go with this. Winds are going this way from this storm to the south. They're going this way into this top storm. And then our inflow winds in this clearer area right here are going this way. And when they converge, it can help with tornado genesis. Like it looks like we might be having near Amherst with those very, very tight velocities there. Also, these storms are at like 54,000 feet, so definitely very tall storms. Yeah. Up north near Amherst, it'll probably get warned now if it. Well, it's technically in a tornado warning right now, but it'll probably warn the rest of it here soon. If I had to guess, I'd go north on that, honestly. It kind of came out of nowhere. If I can play back far enough in the loop. Yeah, so this is our Amherst storm. This is what it was. Right here, this one where it says Lamb right there. And as it progressed, it just got bigger and bigger, merged into the storm. Then you can see as this sort of stopped producing tornado and nudged a little bit north, it enhanced the rotation, and now we're at this, which is really, really, really interesting storm interaction there. Back now down to a confirmed damaging tornado and 2-inch hail. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. So we're down to a tornado, or a confirmed tornado warning. Torar. Trying to see, do our chasers have it? Freddy does not seem to have it at the moment. SRM is seemingly on the same road as Freddy. I think that's Freddy right in front of SRM. So yeah, we'll wait on our chasers to get that into view. But yeah, back over to here. Yeah, this is looking very impressive for the last couple of scans. Last couple of scans looking quite impressive. Yeah, you can see it. See that hook right there. Golly, this is dropping monster hail here. Is that Ryan Scholl right in the hail core? Bro, he's already broken like 5 windshields in this last week alone. Rest in pieces. But yeah, south of Amherst here, it looks like this storm is like diving south. Because this storm originally, it literally went west. Or it stalled, it was stationary. And now it's kind of diving south here. Yeah. A lot of storm chasers are trying to get up on this northern Amherst storm here. It's looking a lot more impressive. It looks like Freddy's trying to outrun the hail. He's trying to not blow out his windshield at the moment. That would be quite unfortunate. Oof. So yeah. Currently, we have 8 severe thunderstorm warnings and 2 tornado warnings. Wow. If anyone has any questions, put them in chat. What's up, Mark? How's it going? How's it going? Watching this storm near Anton here as well. Also got storms here in Palmerton. I am feeling better today, Mark. Yeah, definitely. Also, north of Amarillo, we do have a tornado warning. North of Amarillo. Dude, I'm watching Clovis. Something has to happen in the small town of Clovis. Oh, wow. Velocity is not too impressive, but reflectivity quite impressive here near Ponte and Gluck and Marsh, Texas. So if you're in Ponte, uh, Chunky, Texas has been under like 5 tornado warnings within like the last year. Uh, if you're in like south of Marsh in Ponte or northwest Chunky, you need to be getting in your safe spot because there's a storm that looks like it could produce a tornado here at any moment. No real debris signature or anything at the moment, but still definitely something you want to be getting in your safe spot for because it could drop one at any time. And we're watching our storm here near Friona and Bovina in Texas, and then of course our Amherst and big tornado producer that's northwest of Lubbock, Texas. So yeah, apparently Reed Timmer has a huge wedge on this storm. I have no clue where he is. He may be on the northern one. If he's on the northern one, that'd be crazy. Go ahead and take a look at that. I can't show you all on stream, but just so I know where this actual wedge is. Where is Reed? Reed. Looks like the rotation on our northern storm there is weakening a little bit, which is good. Good news. Because I'd be heading towards Littlefield, I think, but it's kind of wobbling. The motion's been really weird with this storm, kind of stalled out. Yes. Can't really tell where they are right now. Trying to figure that out. Yeah. I think they're on this northern circulation here. But they had a wedge there for a bit. They still do, actually, I believe. Yo, we're 1 like away from 10 likes. Let's get it. Yeah, the storm to the south is looking less impressive than it was before, but the one to the north is starting to become dominant. If it can really just eat up the southern storm's updraft, it could actually become really strong. As long as it doesn't mess with the updraft, it just enhances it. Could have some problems. Storm Watchers weather. What's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, this hookup to the north is looking insane. I think it might actually be trying to take in. Wow. Trying to take in our southern storm, which would be kind of crazy, considering the fact that earlier this was just a storm that merged into the southern storm. Now it's taking it over. Glad to see I'm streaming more. Yeah, definitely. I'm glad to be back streaming a little bit more. Last bit, I haven't been able to stream that much because I'm actually chasing, and I'm working on a video for that. It's going to be good. We hit 10 likes, by the way. Let's go. But yeah. Couplet looking less impressive now, but reflectivity is still looking kind of crazy there. Scary looking reflectivity. Velocities are less scary, but definitely still want to be taking shelter if you're in the tornado warning here. This is really just stalled, though. It hasn't really moved at all. My first video is cool. Thank you. Thank you. This next one's going to be even crazier. It's going to be good. Went all the way to Missouri for this one. So yeah. Keeping our eyes on it. Once again, if anyone has any questions, definitely put them in chat. I'm trying to monitor Twitter, see if there's any reports of anything. I realize now why Ryan Hall and stuff hires other people. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I really think this northern storm is starting to become more dominant. Yeah, it's looking like this is trying to absorb our southern storm into its updraft, which could temporarily peter out the tornado threat with this for a little bit, and then it could be really, really strong afterwards. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on it. Yeah, the hail core's insane. It's saying it's dropping 4.3-inch hail. It's probably warned for softballs. Yeah. Damaging tornado and softball-sized hail. Unreal. Crazy how this is just stalled. Wow. Let's check back in on our chasers here, see if any of them have anything. Well, SRM has definitely an ominous looking storm there. Wow. Nasty looking storm. Freddy's also around the same position. Trying to stay out of that big hail core. Wow. Yeah, this is dropping monster hail. They're trying to get away from it. I don't blame them. I would not want my windshield getting absolutely annihilated by softball-sized hail. Don't get me wrong, it'd be so cool to see that, but I just would not want to have to replace my windshield. And I'm sure they don't want to either. Once again, if you're just tuning in, we are covering a potential tornado outbreak here in the West Texas and West Texas Panhandle. Into maybe Clovis, New Mexico area. Infamous place there. This storm is going to undergo this merger from the south here probably, It's still latched onto this boundary and what looks to be another boundary right down here. And yeah, it's trying to absorb this. So it looks like it's almost fully absorbed the southern storm there, and then it's going to try to feed in a lot of warm, moist air back into this, and then this little nudger could even enhance the tornado potential further. And this is headed straight for Littlefield. Well, not really. It's kind of stalled out right west of Littlefield. So, yeah. I don't know if it's still going, but about an hour ago, one of those supercells were literally spinning clockwise. Yes, there was actually. So what was happening is this northern storm was. We had a surge from back here, and it made this northern storm spin. Let me see if I can actually go back and see it. Yeah, right here. It made this northern storm spin right here, and it also made this southern storm spin the other way down here. It was kind of like a pushing into a wall, and it moves that way and that way. It kind of splits, you know? None of them are moving fast. Yeah, they aren't. Thankfully, they're slow movers, which can be a good and bad thing. Good for chasing, but bad if it puts down a strong tornado, because that means that a tornado could be grinding over the same area for 10 minutes, which would not be good. Might get another anticyclonic tornado like Stockton, Texas did yesterday. That's definitely on the table for today, but we shall see. I don't know what my TVSs are up. I usually have those off. Yeah, that is one monster of a supercell at this point. Absolutely insane. Ooh. Yeah, our storm here put down a very, very impressive tornado earlier today, and I would not be surprised if it does it again. So we can keep our eyes out. Once again, I'm going to check back up on our Amarillo storm. Trying to get our radar site to load. Still an impressive supercell here near Ponte. Still keeping our eyes on it. Not looking too impressive velocity wise right now, but reflectivity looks like it'd be a pretty storm there. So yep. This is kind of deorganized at the moment, so we just kind of gotta wait for it to get its act together. It's a waiting game at this point. Yeah, it's dropping monster hail. 2-inch hail. We got this thing dropping softballs down here. Up here we have ping pong ball sized hail. Up here on our Amarillo storm we have 3-inch hail, which is 3-inch baseball? I think 3 inches baseball sized hail. Yeah, I think so. Three inches baseball sized hail. There's one behemoth of a supercell here. Mr. Storm, what's up? What's up, dude? How's it going? Watching this. Trying to, could be trying to do something sneaky here. Just waiting for it to really get its act back together. Because we know this thing can put down a monster. It's just a matter of if and when. We're just playing the waiting game at the moment. Yeah. Everybody make sure to like up the stream. We're almost at 15 likes. Almost at 15 likes. With the storm, since it's so stationary, we also have a flood advisory on it. So if you're in like a low-lying area near a creek, just keep your eyes out. Maybe move to, if you're in really, really, really flood-prone area, maybe move to higher ground if it looks like you need to. But that's just a flash, or just a flood advisory at the moment. Let's go. Thank you, storm watchers. Much appreciated. Mr. Storm, are you going to be streaming today? I'm going to see if the Davis call works. It's not working, never mind. You probably will go live today. Touring upgrade, softball sized, yeah. Softballs, I believe, is 4-inch hail. Yep, tornado and softball sized hail. 2-inch hail up north. Yeah, this is a monster. Just waiting for it to really, really wrap up again. Let me see. I think I have. Matthew Capucci gave me a softball sized hail replica. Here we are. This is what a piece of softball sized hail would look like compared to my hand. Really, really big here. Looks like we have some chaser convergence on Freddy's stream right now. There's his Rav. It's got, oh my gosh, it has a bunch of dents in it from that piece of a roof that hit them earlier in the tornado. There's Eli. So yeah, it's dropping hailstones about this big, which is really crazy to think about. Really crazy to think about. Other than that, we're waiting for it to get its act together, which it looks like it's trying to do here. Looks like it's trying to get its act back together. New warning? Tornado warning or just severe thunderstorm? There was some 5-inch hail yesterday. Yep, there was. Destructive with Tor possible. Is it for this one down here? Softball sized hail. Okay, yeah. Who texted me? There we go. Yeah, Freddy's got a look at the base here. Freddy's looking at the area of interest in the storm right now. See the ominous looking dark clouds there. Looks like it's actually wrapping up again. Looks like it's trying to wrap up again. And J-Jack is right under it there. We have Freddie McKinney up right now. He's looking at the area of interest. Hard to tell what exactly is going on, though. We're 1 like away from 15 likes, y'all. Let's get it. You can see the dust flying by on Freddy's stream there. Really, really dusty out there. Like that big tornado they had earlier was like a big, dusty tornado. It was quite photogenic for how dusty it was, though. Then it got rain wrapped. But yeah, look back in that area of interest there. That's where our rotation would be. Back to the radar here, you can see rotation starting to tighten up around here. So we need to keep our eyes on it. And this thing is just dropping massive hail. Oh my gosh. And it just went... Wait, no, it didn't. Never mind. They dropped the tornado warning on it for now. But it looks like it's trying to wrap back up again. That northern storm completely absorbed the southern storm. And now it's finally gotten its act sort of together now. So we need to keep on watching it. Freddy's trying to reposition. Kind of sketchy on a dirt road right now. Doesn't look like any rain's gotten to that area yet, though. Ooh, sorry, I'm tired. Let me try something here. Is this gonna work? Okay, yeah, there we go. Look at this. That's what SRV looks like. Storm relative velocity. Not the best modeling here for storm relative velocity. And not non-existent, I guess. Base velocity, basically the same as storm relative. Just slightly different color table. Back to base reflectivity, you can see up there the structure. This is where it's cleared out. Down here, it's cleared out where that inflow carves in, and there's your updraft. Really, really cool there. Near 80 dBz. That's crazy. Yeah, it's starting to really get its act together. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Luke Hatton's right under it, but that is really impressive. Stormwatchers, I use Gibson Ridge 2 Analyst. Gibson Ridge 2 Analyst. This is a beast of a supercell. Oh my gosh. They reissued the tornado warning. That's good. Yeah, that's a strong couplet there. Freddy looks like he's trying to get a view of this thing. This is what SRM is looking at right now. Very, very ominous looking storm there. Not be surprised if this tried to put something down here really soon. That next scan on reflectivity I don't like as much, but still need to keep our eyes out. I don't know about that. So reflectivity now looking the most insane, though really impressive still, and then velocity is looking very impressive as well. No more reports, it's looking like. What's going on outside at my house right now? What is that? Got some pop-ups off to my west that are heading my direction. I'll take that. It's not coming up. Okay. Back to our storm here. Yeah, looks really strong. This is giving like coal Oklahoma radar vibes for like the hook. Like right down here, that looks like strong rotation. Up here, it looks like multiple areas of strong rotation. Looking pretty interesting. Gonna go back up. Never mind. They dropped the tornado warning on our Amarillo storm. This is good since that's a relatively populated area up there. Luke Hatton is probably getting beat with RFD right now. Actually, maybe not. But yeah, no signs that this is currently on the ground at the moment. Based off our chasers here, SRM still has a really, really interesting view, but it doesn't. I don't see anything on the ground at the moment. What are they looking at there? They zoomed in on something. That's what I'm interested in. That might be a... I don't know what's... Is that a cone? No. Really weird look there. I can't really see well. Looks like something down there. Trying to get a better look. Let me see what they're thinking. Let me listen to what they're thinking at the moment. Yeah, if you look, they're focusing on Freddy's actually backing out right now because the RFD is so intense right there, or just like that's the outskirts of the tornado. So it looks like that whole thing is actually just a rain wrapped circulation of some sort. Wow. So they're trying to get out of there as fast as possible because Freddy apparently was getting beat up back there. Yeah. Well, back to SRM because they have the backwards camera. And back to my chat. Yeah, circulation is definitely looking impressive. It's getting rain wrapped really, really quickly. And that's why the chasers are trying to get out of there, because you don't want to mess with being inside of a rain wrapped tornado, especially not with a storm that's got characteristics like this one, where it was dropping tornadoes all freaking around the whole mesocyclone, carouseling around. So, yeah. Wow, really, really impressive velocity signature right there. They don't want to land in Oz? Yeah. I wouldn't want to land in Oz either, I'm not gonna lie. I like to land in a comfortable hotel bed after a chase like this. Not a yellow brick road or whatever. Dude, my Discord is not working. Just FaceTime, okay. Dude, this signature right now. The signature right now is insane.
Yeah.
This is Davis, by the way.
It's very rare to see a velocity coupler this strong and this tight and not have a tornado ongoing. So it's very likely, in my opinion, that we do have something on the ground.
Yeah, Freddie, and Brandon think that basically the whole thing's on the ground because they got in the outskirts of like.
Also, I don't know what Connor has, but Connor's got something. Yeah, I think Connor has a tornado on the ground. I may be tripping, but that's exactly what it looks like. If you look at Connor's feed, whoa, we just had a power flash.
Yeah.
Connor has a tornado on the ground.
Freddie was getting blown around, so he had to back out of where he was as fast as possible, and him and SRM blasted away.
Yeah, I saw that. So again, if you're in this area, make sure the URC control through me. Likely large tornado ongoing. We just had a power flash on Storm Chaser Connor Croft's feed.
Look how tight it's getting there.
Yeah, I mean this is a monstrous.
No, yeah, look at the rain curtains literally wrapping around it. That whole thing could be a tornado.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Well, and again, the power flash kind of came just behind where that power line's sitting in the middle of the screen. So, again, very likely that we have an ongoing large tornado.
Dude, I keep on forgetting to switch over to my radar after my full screen chaser overlay thing.
I've done that.
Yeah, so yeah, that couplet is just insane. Just west of Looms Chapel or Lums. How would you pronounce that?
I would probably say Lums, but I have no idea genuinely.
Yeah, Lums Chapel, Texas. 4 inch hail report up there.
Yeah, near Littlefield there. And again, since then, the hail core's gotten much less impressive, but it's still entirely possible that we have some large hail falling here. But again, if you're in this area, you need to be in your safe spot because very high likelihood that we have an ongoing strong tornado here south of Littlefield.
And even if this isn't on the ground like as a tornado, it's still measured 100 mile an hour or like 97 mile an hour uh, winds have been recorded at 2,000 feet in the air. So that could be faster or stronger near the ground. Uh, we don't know for sure, but definitely don't want to be caught outside in it either way. So I get in your safe spot regardless. You're under a tornado warning, so take the precautions. And is that a? That's not a CC drop, is it?
No, that was their.
No.
We had that little feature developing last radar scans. That's not a. I don't believe that's a CC drop.
Yeah, no, that's not. Uh, no. Look at the latest velocity scan with it. It's close.
Well, I understand that, but again, if you look at the last CC scan, you can see that little radar feature developing hail, contamination, whatever it is. You can see that coming from another direction as of last scan, and that's what makes me think that it's not a debris signature. It's possible that it is, but I would doubt it, and it would be incredibly light, and I don't think that a tornado of this intensity would produce a debris signature that small.
Yep. So I'm surprised we don't have a bigger one. Probably because there's not much out here at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this has legitimately been over an entirely rural area. Like, if you look at the areas that this velocity couplet is, and again, likely tornadoes traveled over, there is one building that I can see across this entire area. So,
Yeah, dude. Holy crap. SRM has like a scary view of this thing. It's like high based, but also surface based at the same time.
yeah. We had another power flash. Yeah, we had one a couple minutes ago, too. Again, a lightly strong tornado ongoing here near Looms Chapel, which, again, it's not, it's probably if I had to guess, it's probably a chapel building, but it's not a full town or anything. But again, this is heading in a direction where we've got some more populated communities. Like, for example, I mean, it's a very small town, but it's, again, you got a few hundred people that live out there. That's going to be very problematic if this tornado approaches.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like Connor's windshield got hit as well. Again, Freddy's not chasing with Connor, is he?
No, no, no.
Okay, well, Freddy and Connor both have got their windshield shattered again today.
Yep. Dude, Freddy's got a great view of this right now.
Yeah.
I think that Freddy also had shatters in his windshield from the other past couple days too.
Oh, okay. I guess I just didn't see that.
I think they got bigger though.
That's very likely. I mean, he was driving through that airport. It's worse. So, Ryan Schull has had a lot of close calls with his windshield over the past few days.
Dude, he's literally like completely shattered his back windshield like twice.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about today in particular. He posted on X. He was like, "How did my windshield not get destroyed? There's a hailstone that rocked my entire car."
Yep. Yeah, that couplet's looking slightly less impressive, but still something to respect.
Yeah.
I mean, let me pull up 3D here.
Respect the rotation.
Yeah, respect the polygon, guys. A wise man by the name of James Spann once said, respect the polygon. Davis, this is such a crispy reflectivity, like, clear cut or clear slot here. Look at this. You can see the updraft and the downdraft. Like, look at this. Or technically the rear flank downdraft and the forward flank downdraft, but it kind of symbolizes, you know. I'm gonna send it.
The reflectivity scan.
Golly.
Also, summer media has something. It's hard to tell whether it's just dust getting kicked up or if that's an actual tornado, but he's got something.